Hey now, I'm Bird, and here we are at Bird Surf Shed for Season 3 of Shed Sessions. This year is going to be a little bit different. We're going to pick one surfer and one board. We've got the COVID going on right now, so we're going to social distance ourselves a bit from people, and then we're going to catch more waves. So as you can see around us now, we're looking at my collection of boards. I have roughly 1,200. It varies day to day, and my whole fun thing of this season is going to be picking out that board for the surfer. Before some of the other episodes, they've picked and choose boards. This time I'm going to pick one out and they're going to roll with it. I'm stoked. This year we're starting it out with Dylan Graves, but yeah, man, stoked to be back. Season 3.
How long have you been collecting boards?
I've been collecting. The first one I ever gathered that I still have now, a Hinson model. I got it in either 73 or 74. This is one I just got redone.
Whoa.
So this is a board, Stanley Pleskunas, who's a wizard in his own right, shaped it, and then it was wibulated. So, you know, it's a deck. It's a flex board. The whole board flexes. It's caved out and then it's filled with foam. So the board has really, really good flex and twist. So, you know, there's something crazy like that. It's 6'4".
That looks awesome.
But check it out.
Yeah.
Just because it's the first, and I know you have never ridden anything like that.
No, I can't say that I have. This thing
I'm
looks...
thinking, you know, if you get some trestles on it or wherever you want, it's going to go. But
Yeah.
somewhere down the line, a little extra length. I don't think the length will scare you.
I love the message and what you're doing here. This is rad. I'm stoked to be a part of it in a small way and take this thing for a spin.
I mean, I'm so blessed, you know. Every day when I come in here, I never take it for granted. I walk in, I look around, and I'm just like, are you kidding me? And then every night when I'm shutting it down, I'm just going, I want to hide out in here and listen to all the boards talking.
Well, when I stood up on my first wave, it felt super slippery. So this was, apparently, this predates Astrodeck, and I totally understand why Herbie and Dibby, taking it to the next level with their grips, because this thing was crazy slippery. And it was really bumpy and chattery, so my first couple waves, I was like, just trying to hold on. Like, it felt like I was just gonna slip right off the nose. So it was really hard to just feel it. It was more kind of like, hey, let's just successfully ride a wave on this thing for those first couple waves. Kind of knowing that this board was definitely challenging and feeling extremely hard to ride and just staying on top of, I decided to wear booties. And then that seemed to help a lot. That and the conditions being like a lot cleaner and smoother and more of like a kind of slopey wave. It was nice for me to kind of get the feel of this board, and I felt like I wasn't, with the booties, I wasn't worried about slipping off this deck. They did a good job of like making me feel connected to the board. For some reason, going switch on this thing was feeling really good. And I just kind of embraced that feeling, and I was like, oh, maybe this board is meant to be surfed switch. I'd say this is hands down the hardest surfboard I've ever had to ride. It felt pretty stubborn. It didn't really want to turn too well. It was pretty much like a tank. So once you got it going on a line, like that was pretty much the line. There was like, I definitely felt the flex of it off the bottom on a couple, and when I did do my turns, if there wasn't this flex deck, like scooped out flex deck, I think this board would be probably near impossible to ride and turn. Yeah, our third and final surf at O-Side, we didn't even check it. I just decided, you know, this is the board I'm riding. Don't know what's going on out in the water, but we'll just take it for a journey. And it turned out to be like kind of, I would say, the best conditions for myself and this board and what I knew about this board. It was like really nice, clean conditions, and kind of barreling, where if I was on my shortboard, I'd maybe just be trying to like hit the lip on some of those sections because they weren't that big. But with this board and the way you have to ride it, I was kind of tube hunting. Riding a board like this gives you a lot of perspective. Kind of like, you know, when you shape your own board, you kind of get that feeling of just discovery and probably lines you wouldn't have taken on what your normal shortboard is. So going switch more than I probably would normally, and the experiences I had on the rides that, you know, we got to do in the different conditions was like, there was some magic going down on this Frankenstein-y stick. The last ride I had was the best switch ride I've ever had, and I'm taking that as a sign that Bird chose the right board for me, so thank you, Bird. Got some toys. Good. Brought back an old toy, and I got a new toy for you.
Dude, this is that kind of legendary day.
This is just a little donation to the collection.
Epic!
Just one of the boards I used to go surf some rivers. And
Look at the parabolic on it.
yeah, it was kind of made for surfing kind of those standing river waves. We went to surf Bend, Oregon, and Idaho and Montana on it.
This is, yeah. Oh, this is sacred. No wax comes off or nothing. I'm just so stoked that you even came down to do it. And to have you here as the first guy doing this new third season is just a bonus.
Thank you so much for having me. I honestly could not be more stoked on the experience I had on the board, and then also meeting you and seeing this awesome temple you built of this surf information and libraries for people to come in and learn about surfboards.